For too long, a significant portion of that scrap had been exported in its raw form. By restricting non-ferrous scrap exports, the government ensures local processors have priority access to raw material for their production.
This is refreshing to see Ghana want to process almost everything.
If Ghana develops a strong steel base, we will not only build our own roads and bridges, we will also supply steel to the whole sub-region.
Ghana mu beye de me wo confidence me wo vim. Ye was sometime you have good news no basa na. Ese me na wo che. Ghana to earn 300 million US dollars annually from processed metal export. We abra John Dramani Mahama, John Ababu, John Kwame Nkrumah. John is the hope. Mahama gives the hope for better Ghana. Ogo PMO the P5 plus. No omo kan Ghana ye na de ye se ye different locally. Ye different Ghana ha ko amount for maso. Chese ye boka na me say na we no sika ni ye benya o na o ye sure say scrap boys yi. Enya afi no so ma be cause confusion. John Dramani Mahama say first or the kind any ye kan ye say ye gold. Ye export ni na bio. Ibe sha say a refine ansana. Ida ko pimo man for maso. E kodru bauxite. E kodru manganese. Say no akwa kodru cocoa. The next one and also ever create about 5,000 to 10,000 jobs. E dey the Ghanaian youth. So the metal processing plant and also I start here operate okobie phase 2. I think say start with John Nana Dankwa Akufo Addo penso. Because I no start phase 1 no but na enko wie pay us John Dramani Mahama say yeah process a lot of things. Na ye botaye ne say ye mpese be say ne raw materials. Eda goma brofo no na de bia no the finished products no I be more value for our products no more money for our products yenya de bia na ira de bia na just coins na ne ye na abrofo no ton G papers yes our economy and developed that and the Ghanaian population are crying say omunya adwuma mo pe omunya adwuma na omeda ya adwuma ya bra state and put it in place you bet ma expand any more factories and companies adwuma ma Ghana yenya product ye ton bi na ebo ye foreign reserve ne ebo ye foreign exchange no na at the same time ebo man the ordinary Ghanaian eso nya adwuma also obey na as a complain na metete ne say B5 for play no o market twa nye chairman mo sha simple market twam and say Mr. President say mo yes negotiation na aya mo factor the welfare of the citizens because sometimes the lack of job na amount for be accept certain jobs but oje adwuma ni wie na ne lorry fare those chen akatwa na de man na no be say any the whole 31 days obedidi obenum su obetwa light bill ya ne boa wosuri obetwa water bill obe rent night nam obeto ntade ahye obeto nkum obeto president sanye mani na no as a lot of no ko di kan cover salary na wia na dia kan ko nya ne afi ne wada no comfort adwum ho na obokro no ndi ubewie no Ghanaians attitude towards work nye but ne a friend is a combination collaboration plan the worker is suffering and so he turns his suffering and then make sure that the employer will also suffer. Now at the end of the day, you say bye. And you will say certain factories, but people don't want to work in. And the few ones are the joy and the excitement and how I'm for dedicated, passionate about working every day, especially oil sectors and gold sectors. I'm for you more here because we say there. I didn't say more than more there. And found say you could be. What I say, it's Ghana way I win at the mine. The additional things are if you say the count, a beboa, and yet they be just the employment. after the employment injection, serve the benefit of the Ghanaian people, the Ghana as a country, and the company. Now, also, one institute companies are a factory, let's see, and so be any benefit. And you go say one side, where government will be getting his tax and revenue, while the employer will be maximizing his profit, but while the ordinary person suffers. And the more moments I complain to my register.
Industrial capacity requires raw material security. Ghana generates substantial volumes of scrap metal annually. Through construction, demolition, vehicle imports, and industrial activity. For too long, a significant portion of that scrap had been exported in its raw form. By restricting non-ferrous scrap exports, the government ensures local processors have priority access to raw material for their production. This policy of banning non-ferrous scrap is expected to boost processed metal exports by $250 to $300 million annually. It will also create 5,000 to 10,000 new jobs. It will increase tax revenues through value-added tax, corporate taxes, and pay as you earn. We are moving up the value chain. We're exporting finished and semi-finished products, not raw scrap. Under the Big Push infrastructure program, government is investing heavily in roads and highways, railway modernization, bridges and interchanges, energy transmission lines, affordable housing, and industrial parks. All these I have mentioned require iron and steel. Africa is projected to require over 100 billion annually in infrastructure development. West Africa alone faces significant infrastructure deficits. If Ghana develops a strong steel base, we will not only build our own roads and bridges, we will also supply steel to the whole sub-region. This is how infrastructure becomes industrial strategy.
This is refreshing. To see Ghana want to process almost everything. Kaisa nanu ya John Dramani Mahama. Eka chere minu mienu. Any Ghana phone na. My president, your president, our president. Okay, say by 2030, Ghana and export any mineral resources via raw. No raw mineral resources will be exported from Ghana by 2030. That's the vision. And then 2026, eti anya ka 4 years. I see achieve that. But so far, enyema na yenim say yitai super na eboa bre sika pa no. Ebi is a gold with a gold board. Ebi is a cocoa and with their cocoa board. Ebi is a magnesium. Ebi is a lithium. Ebi is a bauxite. Say nini na no. You be process it na free not as a raw. All those institutions will employ Ghanaian workers. And those who are employed, if the salary is good, meaning say those are among us who depend on almost company no. Almost and kai. We in Africa live in an extended family system. Even though in the nuclear family need take over no. But yet, we share offer do abontin ultimedio. We share offer asibi ultimedio. Ope umpe o papa ene o mama we say ubenyina ba behwe mu bi. Enya brochira akola ni 18 years we furufie. Papa ni nyin kakra bi na go to care home. Na eno anu to atwa. Ehai abrewa na na sa kokora no. Ona na anu o man ba go tena ho ase na nanom. Na matam na amaso kakra kakra. Masenso am abrewa ena kokora. Enti hai obinya bia eboawo because 50 bi and 100 bi she the bottom. Most of us salary in suyen. Enti obi pompe or do ka 200 or do ka 100 this is when she no. We share the kwande se otwa. Sa na ye no ha. Enti if this thing is happening, na ye impress ankrofo na guess what some ankrofo so betima I extend that help no am for food and it will also boost amount for purchasing power and money circulating in the country because kai say sika wa amount for one amount for best spend would me guys call market oh anima board dey atete so but amount for to ade say amount for no John Dramani Mahama buy waboa dollar yi cedi not action na corner a obo no kama fuel boss so te inflation about 3.8 policy rate as what all this economic index is going up eya dia Ghana for yepe you feel it but unya adwuma na still boso me yentwa ka tell me how you think automatically nyema bought tie na price bo and cost ma from anytime anyhow no what you afford you can't still afford it if you don't get paid at the end of the month and as at the end of the day say unya salary bia unya any allowances bia bonuses bia mani mu yebeka say oh say mani mu ede ibi ekoyi but o weka say debi mani nkoyi because untimi nto ade so all these people if they are employed meaning say o ma beto ade the divorce benya sika say sika na be security ebe ma say dedini o tiso a o wet matters go ogota be amount for beto ntem you see the chain be first boy ni na so even if you are not directly employed almost all these processing factories here can come once a year from the Gold Coast refinery to cocoa processing plant to friends say getting poultry and meat processing plant to metal processing plant money no you might be thinking say oh na way dem ne den me ju e bia me qualification grade ro me nimo bia wo aban mu tianya de be fam yakọ but the benefit that aligning up no ebe kwa ma bia be show bia botom bi and if you hear something like this always say a prayer na obo cross o ye romani na say oh ye fasting bia bo cross o ye nkramoni na ramadan o ye bia na ososo o de mu abofom na ka alawa kubase nyankopon una we great manemrem. Don't let them just make it as lip singing. Mom can't say me timinya de. Na mu wi o makwa koda say as usual. Say the politician tie no, but omunya mayen. Because you and I will benefit. Say yes, turning everything from the raw state to do her, you benefit. My only fear ba ko pe. Say yetimi achieve we ni na. The question is, will the white allow us? Maybe you might be thinking, say, I don't know, they are both you fry and come on. Cocoa, West Africa, Titri Ghana, and a Cote d'Ivoire. Now you have show a video of a month for now or more US. Our SA in the USA. Who go do her 69% of cocoa now, dear chocolate, and a boy the India Minumi and Intimitono. I want ever. Yeah, they call raw. No, on why you're not being chocolate. Now, imagine, now when they are tourist side, the grandma for Coco, I must say, Jessica. But I also says, I fought no Ghana have before the part saying. Now, after some of Ghana for we in chocolate, you got tons of a month for yes, a better is saying. Now, Ghanaians be able to patronize on more chocolate at a much moderate price. Yes. And the afe chocolate no emmenye ade a unya say a luxury ade a o tin say we dey me kondo na midi so open the bia na ade a obitima madi because em bobefo we need these things yet abroad no so benefit through that amount for employment a keep amount for employed tikai at the same time yeah man be chocolate we to the country is generating a good revenue. We are sure, sir, Omehe, Amasani, we know when they know someone no cocoa nibi. We are sure. We are sure, sir. Yes, scrap dealers here, most was scraps. And I didn't acquire for my ye. Yes, here processing waha. They are anya $300 million every year. Over there by I'm if I will busiano. Do you sure? Now my question is, oh, yes, sure. Say 300 million Ghana cedis annually, $300 million annually. And John Dramani Mahama say yebenya every year. See your research crab friends scraps yeah among forces say. Ye shall say ye possess no Ghana ha. Sika yebenya every year estimated $250 to $300 million. Abrofono omeja your life amai. Yes, you win and yes eskedina Abraham by IMF. Answer mame our comment section na say where you na subscribe like it na share mo unya so enye bi ehwe edino e ba ko pe Maxi Billian our naked truth on Oldboga trends macro. Bye bye.